came out of the end of 2019, heading into the first quarter of 20, retail was doing really, really well. It was strong. There were a lot of different parties were interested in our market, and things were going well. Then March 15 or March 20 happened, and was totally unforeseen, but obviously it has caused quite a change in the retail market. Now, I think there's a lot of big questions that are looming with the change in the governor's stay-at-home order as of recently last week, that some retail businesses can start opening with curbside pickup or delivery, even of some staple type goods. So that's good news to at least get some of them open. And restaurants, of course, have really been hit hard through this whole experience.
Yeah, I'd agree. And certainly the hotel, travel, tourism sector was probably hit hardest and perhaps earlier than others. And so they're facing another month in April of significant impact. Obviously, the goods and clothing retailers, particularly the locals who don't have a strong online digital footprint, are also hurting. There's significant energy, I think, being spent with both tenants and landlords in terms of various rent relief, rent abatements, deferrals, and that sort of thing. That's taken a lot of energy from both tenants and landlords about navigating rent during this challenging time.
Long term, I think there's a certain element of the shopping community that would like to get back into stores eventually when it's safe and do it appropriately, right? Because there's certain goods that they're more comfortable buying in brick and mortar. But what this whole pandemic has taught us is that a lot of us are getting products online. So I think the brick and mortar versus online, that debate was going pre-COVID, and it will continue post-COVID.
Yeah, I'd agree. And I think on the national scene, those national retailers who are really struggling with significant debt load, that will sort of exacerbate their challenge. And so we may see some shakeup in the national retailers. And it's, again, many of them who are currently struggling with their current debt situations. I think with restaurants, some articles I've been reading have said that some local restaurants will struggle and may not reopen due to this challenge. And then I think there'll be also a continued shift in the restaurant sector in terms of drive-throughs. So I think from a real estate perspective, those end caps will still command more value. We'll see a continuation of delivery, takeout, and it's quite conceivable that restaurants will really rethink some of their footprints in terms of the amount of seats and tables in their footprints. In the early stages, it was really helping landlords and tenants navigate what resources might be available from the PPP and EIDL for tenants. That's pretty widely known at this point in the midst of the application process and waiting. Then also a lot with landlords has been talking about what are some of their options with their tenants in terms of abatement that we're seeing in the marketplace, conversations with lenders to really try and be proactive at this point. And then it's also time just to really talk to people and get to know people a little bit more, a little bit deeper, and talk about issues beyond real estate, as though there's some conversations to be had that are impactful and meaningful about more than just real estate, but about life. And it's been fun and rewarding to have those conversations as well.
I've had some conversations too, going what you said, Todd, with some of the landlords that are saying, hey, we're sitting in a good position. We want to come out of this thing as best we can, ready to hit the market. So I've talked to them about changing out old fluorescent lightings with new LED lights, painting some suites, pulling some carpet. So just really having their product ready so that when this market starts to get back on all 8 cylinders again, that their product is right there in the midst and it was ready. It's been great. I actually bought a new desk and everything else. It's working great. We got it all set up here, and thankfully about a year ago we upgraded some internet and stuff. Funniest story probably is I shut the door here to the room that I'm in, and my dog keeps pawing the door. I'll probably have to repaint the door after COVID-19, but that's about it. So.
Yeah, it's certainly been different acclimating to home. We have a young child at home, so I've also added the responsibility of outdoor recess, gym teacher, and math teacher to my daily routine. But it's been fun. You know, we've had lunch at home every day as a family, which certainly never happened during the work week. But certainly, I do miss the energy of the office and the interaction with folks. But it has been certainly an adjustment.